Today is Tuesday, September 13th, 2022. It is also day 218 of Blender, and today I'm going to try to make a plate in Blender. So I'm going to click on General, and I'm going to select the cube and then press X to delete it, and then do Shift A and go to Mesh and add a circle, and then before clicking off on anything, I'm going to go to the bottom left corner, click Add Circle, and I'm going to change the fill type to Ngon. And then I'll change, let me look at wireframe mode. Maybe the vertices to be something like 50. And then if I go into edit mode, I'll be able to see those vertices there. All right. At this point, I believe I could do I to inset. So if I press on I in edit mode, it's going to inset the circle. And I guess I'll do something like this. And then what I could do is I can just press on E, right, to extrude, and then Z to extrude along the Z axis. And so it's looking something like this. And then I think if I press on S, I can scale it, right, a little bit downwards here. Although, is that how a plate looks like at the bottom? Or would it look like this? Nope, of course. So S and then scale, so it looks something like that. And then back into object mode, I have my plate, which probably should be a little deeper than that, but maybe if I go back into edit mode, I could just, let me do Control Z and just extrude a little bit more and then scale, kind of like that. So that now it's a little deeper, and I can right click shade smooth. And then what I'll do is I'll go here to modifiers and add a, let's say, solidify modifier. There's some thickness to it, although maybe that's not the best choice. Ooh, that's really not the best choice. How about I do a subdivision surface modifier to make it just a little smoother? And then what I could do is I can give it a color. Click on new, base color, go to material preview at the top, maybe a black plate. And then you know what? I don't even think, where's the modifiers? Maybe that subdivision surface is not even needed. And then what could work is maybe a really quick simulation just to kind of show that there are things in there. So I'll do Shift A and add a mesh, UV sphere, S to scale it down, G and Z to bring it up, scale it real down, Control A, apply the scale. And then I'll go to physics properties, and make sure that it's a fluid and call it flow, and then the flow type liquid, flow behavior geometry. And then the plate, I'm going to click on fluid, give it an effector because it's what's going to be affected by the liquid. I'm going to click is planar and change the subsurface thickness to 0.5. And then the last thing to do would be Shift A and add a cube just to set up the domain, and basically that's where the scene is going to happen. And so in order to see what's going on, I'm going to go to wireframe mode at the top right here, first icon, and basically no liquid is going to get out of this scene. And so the idea is I want this to become liquid and go onto the plate just so we can see that it's actually going to fill up the plate. So yeah, I think that's good. And then I'm going to go here, click on the cube, click fluid, make it a domain, and then I'm going to change it to liquid, and then this should be something maybe like 50 for now. And then I'll go scroll down and make sure if mesh is selected, and that's so that this, right, becomes mesh. I mean, not that it becomes mesh, but this mesh is actually what becomes the actual flow. And then I'll just click on is resumable and then Control S to save. And then after I save, I just click on the play button and then watch it actually go down. And then that's a problem within itself, which is actually going outside of the plate. It's not even going, it's literally seeping through, and I think it has to do with the vertices. But let me look at this real quick. Let me go to, let's see, the effector. It says use effector 0.5. And then what I could do is, let me shade smooth that real quick. So as you can clearly see, it's not moving outside of the domain like that square. But I'm trying to see, so how would I make this not seep through? That would be a great question. Um, hmm. Maybe do Control A and apply the scale, and then go to 0, and then maybe go to the domain physics properties and change it to, I don't know, 64, Control S, and then save again and see what that gives me. There we go. So it's working, it's just splattering all over the place, but now it's not seeping through the actual plate, which is what I didn't want to happen, so that's good. So all I did was increase the resolution to 64, and it makes sense, right? Because the more your domain, well, the more resolutions it has, I guess, the more it just, I don't know, it has a correlation with like the thickness of the effector and how those two work together. I don't even know the science behind it. I just know either push up the resolution divisions or push up the surface thickness of the effector. And I always just play around until I get what I want. But I guess we can make a soup. Could this be a soup? Probably not, but whatever. If I go to material preview, I'll actually be able to see it like so, like a plate of milk. I'm actually going to click on the sphere and I'm going to press H to hide so it doesn't actually appear in my viewport, but then I also want to make sure it hides in the render. So I'm going to go to the outliner and click on the camera next to the sphere, and so that doesn't appear in my my what do you call it, my render. And yeah, I think I'm going to stop it at this point. And what I'll do is I'll probably give it a different color than what it is right now. Um, I don't even know. What's the color of soup? Like brownish? This is like really weird. It could even be, it literally would look like cereal. Oh my god. Wait, it's literally looking like a waffle. Kind of. A really bad waffle. And then, wow. And then decrease the roughness so makes it more shiny. Right, right. Oh, look, you have one seeping through here. That's okay. And then let's see. You know what would have been better? Oh, I regret it. I should have made it bigger so that I could actually see that it's a plate and not just a circle. Maybe I could go into edit mode and do something with the vertices at the top. Maybe. Oh my god, what did I just do? Never mind. Never mind. Okay. I guess we could think of it as a waffle, and then I don't know. Maybe. Oh my god, you know what? I'm feeling experimental today, so I'll do a cup of milk. So I'll go to geometry nodes. Well, wait, before that, let me do Shift A, mesh, and what am I doing? Oh yeah, a cube. Just putting that in the Y, scaling it down, and then doing Control A to apply a scale. Geometry nodes, hide the spreadsheet, click on new for a new geometry node system, disconnect the input from the output, and then do add. And then I would go to mesh primitives and add a cone, connect that to the output, and then to make the shape of the cup, I'll just increase the radius of the top and definitely decrease the depth and definitely decrease this radius here. There we go, kind of play around with that. And then I'll still have to scale it down, whatever. Um, so something like that would be good. And then I would change the fill type to be none so that there's no, closed section at the top. And that's my cup. Now I'm just gonna go and click here and apply it and the little arrow, go to layout, right click shade smooth, go to edit mode, and then at the bottom, I'm gonna go and make sure I'm in edge select mode, so the second button, and then I'm gonna do Alt and then select the bottom edge and then press F so that it makes a new face from those edges. And then back in object mode, I have my cup. And then just to kind of tidy things up a bit, I would do Shift A, add a solidify modifier, maybe something like, I'll first do the offset 1 so that it goes outwards a little bit. Kind of do 0.05, apply that, and then give it a color. Actually, do I want to give it a color? Let me see what it looks like in render preview. Definitely scale it down though. and then do G, Y to move it here. Maybe what I could do is rotate it. Oh my god, what did I do? Okay, whatever. And then what could I do? Oh yeah, another simulation, but I don't know if I want it to be a glass of milk. I think I'm gonna make it a glass. So in order to do that, I'm gonna go to Principal BSDF in the surface, and I'll change it to Glass BSDF, and then I'll drop down the IQR. And actually, let me look at my notes because I have some certain parameters I like to follow, which I feel like are really always gonna give me like the perfect glass. Let's see. Okay, so IQR 0.930. Let's put that in there. And then roughness for the cup 0.10, 0.210. Okay. And then resolution of of 90, surface signal effect, blah blah blah. Okay, that's okay, whatever. So now, in order to actually see the glass effect, I would first have to add a backdrop so it has something to compare to. So let me do Shift A, mesh plane, and then do S to scale, and then GC to bring it down. So grab G, and then Z to bring down to the Z axis, which is the blue one, and then go into edit mode, select edge select, and then select the back edge, press E to extrude the edge, and then Z to extrude along the Z axis. Back in object mode, go to modifiers and add a bevel to the that edge, and then increase the amounts and the segments, and then you have your backdrop. Right? Probably decrease a little bit there, and then arrow, apply, right click shade smooth to get rid of unnecessary lines, and then S to scale, and then Y to scale along the Y axis. And then I would just take the cup and then go to render properties. Nope, wrong thing. Oh no, yeah, render engine and then cycles, and then I'll be able to see the glass texture, which is really nice. And then let's see, what else could I do? Oh yeah, another simulation. So I would do like a milk simulation. So another way to actually do that, I'll go to material preview, is to just go click on the object, right? Click object and then go to quick effects and then quick liquid, and that just sets up the whole thing for me. So just another quick tip. So if I just scale that, press GZ, kind of fit it to where I want it to be. Definitely bring this down though. And then let's look at how it's looking like. Go to wireframe, yeah, whatever. So then, if I go to physics settings, it has the everything just set up already. This including too, I'm actually gonna turn this up to 90. Resolutions, scroll down, make sure mesh is on. And then the last thing obviously is the flow. I'll have to add myself, so Shift A, and then I'll do UV sphere, scale that down, GZ to bring that up, GY to move it to the right. And then I'll do Control A to apply the scale. And the reason we apply the scale is because when you move things and like when you scale them, like that only happens like visually, like you see that, but the computer still thinks it has the same like the same um, measurements as it was before. So in order for the computer or Blender to understand and to realize that you changed the measurements, right? You made it smaller, you just made it bigger. You have to do Control A and apply the scale. The same thing works for location and rotation. Um, anyway, now I'm gonna go here, make that a fluid, make sure that's flow, and then make sure flow type is liquid, and that's literally it. And then now I just play it. Probably should start from the beginning also. Actually, you know what I should have done? Play this one. Make sure it's resumable, go back to 0, and then play them. And then both of them are gonna do it their own. Oh my god. No way. Hold up. The cup is being the flow for some reason. It's supposed to be the effector. My bad. It's not for some reason. That's how it is. And then surface thickness is 0.5 and it's planar. Forgot about that. Okay, back to 0. And then run again. And then let's see what happens. Probably should have shrunk that. Oh, great. know what? Let me pause it real quick. Let me move this one over here. This maybe it's too flowy for milk. It's more like water. So what I'll do is I'll just bring down, where in the world is it? Oh, the domain. The resolution divisions to maybe 60. Um, Let me see what else I have here. No, everything else is the same. So let me go to 0, play that, see what that gives me. Much better. And now it's not going through. But this is going way through. Let's look what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like here in material preview. All right, and I think I'm just gonna wait a little bit more, but you can clearly see that, it's settled now. It's like 235. And then after this, I'll actually make it a mesh, which is what I should have done in the first place, the little whatever this is or something. Okay, so let me pause that and go back to, I don't know, 150. Or it was actually, let me go back to all the way to the end where it was like fine. Do something like that. And then what I'll do at this point is right click. Actually, I could just go to object, convert to mesh. And then now it's a mesh that I can move, which is pretty cool. And then let's see, let me hide this by pressing H and then making sure that I hide in the render view also by pressing the little camera next to it on the outliner. And then I want to make sure that, I guess it could be a glass of water. I don't have to make it milk, right? I was going to make it milk, but I guess water is fine or whatever. And then I definitely want to make this cute because literally the colors that I use are horrible. Literally, like, I need to make this cute. So I'm going to do Control S. What did I just do? If this thing freezes on me, I'm done. All right, let me go to the color palette. What color should I do? It's a good question. I don't know. I could do like a, my God, wait. I could do a yellow background and then a blue plate, or maybe a yellow plate and then a blue background. I don't know. Let me go to here and change the color, hex, paste that color in there. So that's FF, D60, and then A. And then I can select this background here and then select this blue here. All right, and then new base color, hex, paste that in there. Do I like that? I don't know. I don't know if I like that. It looks a little, no. I like the yellow plate though. The white background, I think that's cute. Um, Maybe what I could do is maybe just do GY and then kind of rotate a bit and then do Control Alt Numpad 0. And that's just gonna align my camera to the view. If that doesn't work, go to Edit Preferences, Input, and make sure Emulate Numpad is on. And then if that doesn't work, go to Shift A and add a camera. And then to get out of this view, press the middle mouse button. To go back into the view, press Numpad 0. So I'm just gonna keep doing that until I find a view that I like. I think that's fine. And then I guess let me just do a test render. So I'm gonna do Control S and then render image just to kind of see what it's going to look like. And then while that does that, I guess that's fine. I don't know. Wait, is it above? There shouldn't be a shadow if the thing is. Wait, is this thing flat here? Let me make sure snapping is on to face. Turn that on and then do GZ. Make sure that it's flat here on the ground. Oh my god. Yep. Make sure that's going on for me. And then I don't even know what this is. It could be a waffle. I don't want it to look so bad. I mean, what color could I make it? Green. That would be so gross. Okay, we're just gonna leave it to be how it was, I guess. This is so bad. It could be like a cracker. I don't know. Um, I don't know. Do I like the colors? Let me look at the render. How's it going? So, I mean, I could do that, but do I want to do that? I mean, it looks so weird. It looks literally, this is so unpleasing. I don't even want to look at it. Like, what is this? What is this supposed to be? Like, what? A cracker? A chocolate cookie? Maybe let's go with a chocolate cookie. You know what I could do just to give it some depth? I could do like Shift D just to make a duplicate, then do GZ, and then just scale it down, and then do GZ again. Um, just scale it down again. You know what? Oh my god, I could put a plate of cookies. That's what I could do. Do GZ, bring that down. What just happened to it? Let me turn on snapping again. Just so that it looks, like it's, some sort of plate of cookies. Shift D again. Shift D again. And then let's do maybe Shift D again and then turn off snapping and then just rotate it on the X axis so that it looks like it's, you know, well, then let me just rotate it this way, I guess. Well, I should have done the rotate X and just move that, here. Nope, wrong thing, wrong way. It's not even hitting the thing. Doing G and then Y to kind of keep it here. Right, much better. Do another one of these and then just doing G and then here and then maybe just rotating on the Y. Whoops. I don't even know what just happened. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Okay. Rotate on the Y, doing something like this, and then do rotate on the X to bring it a little bit more upward, and then do G, X to move it, but I don't want them overlapping. As if it matters. Like, I can make them different colors also. Maybe I can make like, oh well, I can't unless I do object relations. Where is it? Relations make single user materials for each and every single one of them just so that, I can change the color of one. What would be good? I don't even know what color. Maybe just like a lighter shade of that color. This is so bad, I don't even know what to tell you. Oh, I know, white cookies. Let me do F, F, F. And then make this one also object relations, single user material, FFF. There we go. And then probably it would be better if I did this blue here. No, that's so ugly. I don't even know what to do. Maybe a purple? Like, what kind of person has a purple plate? And I could just do Shift D, do GZ a little bit. Shift D, GZ, just to kind of stack the cookies. And you know what's not working out? These little thingies here. If I can go into edit mode and just select these and just delete them. There we go. I would just have to select them individually and then delete everything and then do the same for all of them, which is going to be a little bit tedious, but let me just get those done. Select that, delete, hydrogen face. What did I just do? X and then blah blah blah. Object mode, select this one, edit mode, delete. Oh, I know why, because I don't have my X-ray on, so it's only selecting the first. I mean, not the first, but the top. Not the top. What am I saying? It's only selecting the what I select. I can't even explain anything. It's only selecting what I can see, and it's not selecting the back stuff, right? Okay. So with X-ray, it selects, everything. It looks through, and it doesn't only do the front view, but also like everything, just like, a normal thing would do. What I could do is I could just grab all these and then just rotate them so that I don't really have to delete them. And I could do something like this, or maybe I do still have to delete them because you can still see them. Oh, that sucks. And by the way, I just did GZ to rotate along the Z axis. Um, but I mean, yeah, this works too, I guess. And I can do Shift D. So do GZ, do this again here. And then do Shift D, GZ, Shift D, GZ again. And then let's see, maybe bring this down. I don't know. Or maybe scale it down and then do GZ. Or maybe just do GZ and then put it up here. GY. GZ, move it here or something. I don't know. Oh my god, I can make like a double. Oh wow, not me being creative. It's kind of like like a cookie with white stuffing, like an Oreo. There we go. Now it looks less like some unpleasing food and it looks more like something that someone would probably eat, right? Like a cookie. Whoops, did not mean to make it that big. Beautiful. I do the same thing and just duplicate that. Bring that down. I'm probably replicating like the cube also, which is not a good idea, but whatever. Um, Probably what I need to do is maybe just move these a little bit upwards. Deselect that. GC. Nope, that's not what I meant. Oh god. Does it really matter? Not really. Alright, you know what I could do? You know what I could do? Just be smart. Object, relations, make single user materials, just change the thing to white, bro. Like, what am I not thinking? There we go. Okay. And then I'll just do Shift D and add a G D to bring it down on the Z axis, which again is the blue one. And yeah, here's my little plate of cookies. And then I guess I could just bring this here instead of actually, I'm just going to delete it. I don't have time for this. And then just maybe do Shift D, do G, Z, and then just maybe make these go a little, actually, probably select all of these except this one, and then do G, Z, maybe select these two, GZ, bring it downwards, just how it was. Bring this one downwards a little bit, and then select these, and then just rotate. Whoa, nope, I did not mean to select the backdrop. Rotate a bit, and then GZ. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. And then just do Shift D, another one, GZ, maybe bring it down a bit. And then take the middle one, and then again, object relations, and then make single user materials, and then go here, change this to FFF, white, beautiful. All right, and then I guess maybe just delete this or something, I don't know. And then just to kind of make sure things are looking fine, let me turn off X-ray, that's why I was selecting does it do this? Just move it this way. And then the problem is that it's, I don't even know. I could rotate it on the y-axis, but then these are not rotating on the y-axis either. And should probably be a little bit more upwards, right? There we go. I think that's fine. Beautiful. And then now I'm just going to go and individually delete these little things, which I probably should have done earlier, but whatever. So again, I'm just going to do one and select this first one, and then I'm going to do edit mode and then select, make sure X-ray is on, right? And then I'll select these two and then just X and then only edges and faces and then it deletes. I'm going to do that for all of them, which is probably not the best thing, but whatever. All right, and there I have it. I cleared up most of them. I think I left a few of them, just so they look like crumbs. But yeah, so then now at this point, I'm gonna go to render preview, and it's gonna end up looking like this, which is pretty cute. And then I guess I'll just leave this as a gray color, and I'll go to, let's see, numpad 0, just so I could see the view again, and I'm pretty good with that. I'm gonna do just gonna render image, and that's literally it. Um, and then we'll just wait. Oh, actually, one more thing. Let me go to render preview. No, not render preview. What am I saying? Render properties and then go to light paths and change the direct light to 4 and the indirect light to 1. And then now do Control S and render. Alright, and this is a final render. It's obviously a bit noisy, and by a bit I mean a lot, like you can barely see the liquid. Um, But, at least this is okay, right? So I'm just gonna go and do image, save as, no, not save as, copy, save as, and then I like to save with the date, and then R for render. And then I did do one more thing, as I was waiting, and it's not necessarily that big of a deal. I just duplicated this middle one, and then I shrinked it by scaling it down, and then I just moved it and rotated it a little bit because I noticed that with this render, I closed it, but there looked to be a shadow under like this big like stack of cookies here, so that meant it's like not on the plate, and so I wanted to make something where it would be on the plate. So I'm just gonna render this image as well and then see the difference. And yeah, and hopefully it doesn't crash, because that's what it loves to do. I don't even think I like it because it kind of looks like it's still, I don't know, it still looks like it's. That looks so bad. Let me look at material preview.